You're live.
This is a conference committee on the T-bill, and we are continuing our work, and it looks like we're getting really close. So we pretty much have maybe three small areas left. I would say I've just told, and we got your language to add to the findings, and I think we're good to go with that. Thank you. And I think then there is the issue of the finishing pieces on MBUF, and we have a proposal in front of you, and then that hefty study that somebody added at the end in the reporting that the tax department's not all that interested in, reminds me of maybe Carfax one that didn't make it. But after we see how we do on MBUF, we'll talk about it.
Sounds like a plan.
Is that good?
Sounds good.
Damien, would you run through some?
Yeah. Good afternoon. For the record, Damien Leonard from the Office of Legislative Counsel. So the Senate proposal, the changes here, I have pulled it up on the screen. The core changes are in section 4302, which is starts on page 5 of the draft. The first thing you'll notice is in subdivision 1, we have deleted one of the 4 payment options, or one of the 4 payment options has been deleted here. That is the estimated payment option. So this provides for an annual payment option, pay-as-you-go installment payments, and then a flat rate of $178. I added the as set forth in subdivision 5 just because I realized I'd used that language for everything else. And so I just wanted to be consistent. Moving down, what that essentially results in, the removal of the estimated payment option, is just renumbering throughout. So on page 7, lines 8, 9, and 11, 8 and 9, it's just renumbering. 11, because there's no longer reconciliation for the estimated payments. I just updated the draft to say pay-as-you-go payment option. Page 8, the flat rate payment option was on line 6, the numbering was changed. And then on line 8, this is a substantive change here. In discussions with the Senate this morning, the original proposal had been that the flat rate would be due at the, and it should, I'm sorry, there's a typo here. So it should say an assessment for the flat fee at the beginning of each mileage reporting period, and then shall remit the amount due on or before the sooner of the next required registration, termination of registration, or the sale or termination of the lease. So assuming the parties move forward with this language, I would delete the word due in line 8 just to make that clear. That's a carryover from when the payment was due at the end of the period. Apologize for missing that. It's renumbering. Oh, yeah.
Can I just inquire? Sure. And so the flat rate fee, you have to choose that at the beginning of the period.
Yeah, so essentially you choose your payment option. There's pay as you go, so you'll make payments throughout. There's flat rates, you pay at the beginning. And then at the end, or the other option is the annual payment, where at the end, after your second inspection, you get a bill for the amount due.
And just tell them what's eliminated.
What's that?
What's eliminated?
Oh, the eliminated one is the estimated payments, which you would also opt into at the beginning and then make an estimated payment either monthly or quarterly throughout the year.
All right.
Renumbering on page 9, same on lines 15 and 16 there. Moving down, the next is within the default payments. The Senate had 90 days, the House had 45. The Senate's proposing 60 days as an in-between option. And this allows an individual to obtain an inspection within 60 days after, so 2 months. And then the remaining changes are in the initial transition. So the transition, as you'll remember, included payment of a road usage charge, basically equivalent to the EV infrastructure fee now when you register your vehicle, or carry forward of the EV infrastructure fee, or crediting for the EV infrastructure fee paid. And it also had a flat rate option in what was voted out of the Senate. The Senate is proposing to take out the flat rate option because the road usage charge is essentially an upfront flat payment that's then credited against your amount. And then what'll happen is at the end of that first mileage reporting period, the amount credited will be applied against your assessed amount due for the miles you actually traveled. And that'll also let folks see how the system would work. And then they can make a choice at that point about whether they want to do pay-as-you-go annual payment or just keep doing a flat rate. So that's the transition proposal in the Senate.
Just remind me, we did away with the $49 fee going to ACCD, right? That goes back to the to TIFA. Okay.
So yeah, so the EV infrastructure fee automatically repeals with the start of the MBUF, so that will be gone. And then the other change in here, which is actually just above this, deletes the transfer to ACCD for the remaining infrastructure fee for plug-in hybrids.
Okay. And that goes on effect FY27.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, so there's probably a little bit of increased revenue that would really need to account for.
Yeah.
I guess it just goes to the bottom line.
Yeah, so these sections are January 1, 27.
Yeah.
And then
With our luck, we will have,
Yeah.
we'll have another downgrade.
Yeah.
That's the very nice process.
I believe that is it for the changes.
You go through the days.
The days.
Days of payment. How many days you have to pay? That was a disagreement earlier.
Yes.
60.
Yeah,
We
went to 60. Yeah,
We did it to 60.
yeah. So 60 instead of the House proposal 45 and the Senate 90.
Did we ever incorporate the language that the agency wanted to stay away from the 60 days before your registration?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is incorporated in section 4302. If you are looking at your draft.
All right, I mean, we don't,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we address that.
There's a lot here. That is incorporated on very top of page 9, subdivision 6. So payment dates for mileage reporting periods ending within 60 days of registration renewal. The other thing that occurs, I haven't walked through in the conference committee the changes that the Senate proposed around the wording of the transition plan report. Do you want me to walk through that too? The focus on plug-in hybrids. So
I was thinking that we had agreed to that.
yeah, we discussed that. I just figured I'd check. So yeah, so that's all incorporated in the transition plan report. So okay.
How are you with this?
Yeah, no, I think it all looks.
Good.
I'll just say good. If I'm gonna say bad, I'll say bad.
If
They told me that I like it. Is that what you're looking for?
I'm just wondering.
You know, the amazing amount of people say they should just go with the Senate version, you know, but I hear my colleagues are comfortable with that, but we changed my understanding. We're going to say, come back with recommendations and plans on how to go to the next step of vehicles, which are plug-in hybrids.
Mhm.
And that's as far as it goes. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yes. That's what it's go. Next step,
Years we get the report.
next step, incremental.
And it does keep, the contractor, it gives them, comfort that, we're asking for a plan.
And it doesn't ask for a plan on other internal professional engines. So yes, thank you. We are on board with that piece.
So you're on board with this?
Well, I think we're, under the white smoke and we
I would say at that point, we'll agree to your study
I do have a question.
or your report. Just remember though.
I'm always
that-
looking out for
that-
the teacher.
Just
Carfax, what they're gonna give us.
just remember that, not everybody likes your idea. But we're going to agree.
Thanks. So I just have a question about so come January 1st, if I'm due on my battery electric vehicle, I can drive all of 2027 and then pay less on how much I drive on the 1st of January 2028, or I guess the 2nd of January 2028. But if I do inspections,
Yeah,
if your inspection were to do, I have an electric vehicle, it's due in January, but I could drive the whole year and then know exactly what I owe and pay it there. Or I could pick up the flat fee and say I'm paying 178. Or I
You
can
get
pay
your
it monthly
credit,
as I
you
go.
get your credit. for
yes,
it.
it depends.
Yeah.
The amount you pay in 2027 depends on whether you have a registration renewal in 2027. If you don't, if you're renewed in 2026 and you did a 2-year registration with a 2-year infrastructure fee, you'll get around to your January 2028 inspection. And that $178 you paid in infrastructure fee will be credited against your mileage-based user fee. And you won't have a bill because your capped amount is 178. So that will cancel out and possibly even carry forward a credit if you drove less than 12,700. If you do have a registration renewal in 2027, what will happen is you'll pay a road usage charge at that point that then gets credited against your first mileage-based user fee. So EV owners will have the same charges they've been expecting and experiencing now at registration renewal as they transition into this. And then they'll be on to the MBUF fully after the end of that first mileage reporting period. Whatever they pay in that road usage charge will just be credited against it. And they'll carry forward from there with no more new charges assessed at registration, although they will have to pay their MBUF by registration. They can pay it up to the date of registration renewal. They can also pay early if they'd like to. So, yeah.
So with that, I think we've agreed on everything.
Yeah.
Except, at this point, we can't be final until your conference
Yes.
approves the numbers in the budget. If we could get a clean copy of all of this and get it to everybody on the committee.
We can break, I don't know, like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Do what we need to do.
And,
Or whatever time.
so I was gonna say that when is do we have a meeting at 3?
1:15 and then possibly 3:30, but I have some information to share with you later.
Is it good news or bad news?
Depends on your perspective.
Should I schedule a time where we might agree to sign?
Yeah, I mean, we might be able to do it. I don't know if the 1:15 meeting is gonna happen.
So the 3 So, but 4 o'clock,
Yeah. Yes, I think we could meet at 4 o'clock, but we might be able to meet sooner if people don't want to.
well, I want them,
Yeah,
I want some agreement on the, at that, in the big bill.
Okay.
And that, I don't think we should,
But she wants agreement on this before she.
That's what I'm saying, we can go tell her.
Okay.
we will have agreed upon everything.
Okay.
It will, but the draft will not be in place without them saying yes and that. I don't want to, I don't want us to sign until we've got some agreement that the numbers are.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, so I think we could meet at 4, because even if we meet at 3:30, we'll be short.
right? So if we get if we can get a clean draft, and they say yes, it,
1:15.
then we'll come back and sign it forward, or we start again.
Okay.
It's not that.
Yeah. There's so much.
So,